YuYu Hakusho is so good, but it's not really talked about in the same regards as other popular shonen anime like One Piece, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, stuff like that, and it makes me so sad. Because I really like those other shonen anime, but YuYu Hakusho is special, and I'm gonna try and explain why I think everyone should watch it. But first, some background. YuYu Hakusho was created by Yoshihiro Togashi, who you may know from his other very popular manga, Hunter x Hunter. The story follows Yusuke Urameshi, a 14-year-old delinquent who bullies kids, picks fights, and skips class, and hangs out with his girlfriend, I guess. One day, he saves a child from being ran over by a reckless driver and dies. He immediately meets the Grim Reaper Botan, who is actually adorable. She's funny, sassy, and says, "Bingo!" She's the whole package. Botan brings Yusuke to meet Koenma, the ruler of the spirit world, who sends Yusuke on different missions over the course of the first arc. Koenma also gives Yusuke an egg that'll hatch into a spirit beast based on whether or not he's good or bad. If he's good, then he gets a second chance at life, but if he's bad, then a spirit beast will hatch and devour him whole. During said missions, Yusuke meets a bunch of weirdos that he quickly befriends and become important characters for the rest of the series. Kuwabara, Yusuke's peanut-brained childhood rival who he beats up on the daily. Karama, a laid-back femboy who keeps it to himself yet holds a lot of hurt inside. And Hiei, the best character of all time. He's as cool as it gets and maybe just a little evil. Also, the show is actually hilarious.
Mama, how terrible is that wound?
Fine, as long as I can walk.
He'll survive, but he's in no shape to fight. Means we have only 3 fighters left, and one of them's worthless.
Hey! Don't be so hard on yourself, short stuff!
Maybe I'm going out on a limb here, but I think he meant you.
The show has a power source called spirit energy that everyone possesses, but its power fluctuates based on how well the user understands their own emotions. It can be used to create weapons, heal people, increase strength, stuff like that. Yusuke undergoes a tough training regimen under Genkai, a super strong, super sarcastic old lady. She trains him to become stronger at using his spirit energy and teaches him the very powerful spirit wave. All of these characters and elements feed into the show's second arc, which is one of the best arcs in all of anime, the Dark Tournament. This arc is amazing for a number of reasons. First, every fight is shown, all of them, in their entirety. A lot of popular shonen anime like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Pokemon, even Hunter x Hunter all have a tournament arc. It's one of the most exciting parts of any shonen that they are a part of, but they never show the full thing. They show the highlights and very important fights, and cut all the rest. Some people may prefer that style, but I don't. I love to see all the characters duke it out with all that they have, and give more depth to the ones that would have been mostly skipped over without a second thought. The pacing in this arc is on point. Every fight lasts no more than 1 episode aside from the last one. The animation in the fights actually blew my mind sometimes, especially given when the show came out. Another highlight of this arc is the character development. Karama was not shown to be the biggest fighter of the group, but during the tournament he outclasses everyone he fights, not just in raw strength but in wits. During his fight with Karasu, we see him implant a vampire tree into one of the bleeding spots on his chest, killing him in the process. Hiei was the MVP of most of the tournament. He's the only member of the team Urameshi that didn't lose a single fight. We get to see him use the Darkness Flame, and for the first time we can see a vulnerable side of him after he gets a massive injury from it. This is the first time Hiei is shown to be a contributing member of the group, not just to benefit himself, but to help his new friends. Kuwabara comes out of every fight a literal wreck. He gets pulverized during the tournament, yet he never gives up. He keeps trying to improve, and we can see how far he's come as a fighter, as he was even able to take down the elder Toguro brother. And then there's Yusuke. He has by far the most character development in this arc. We get to see him stronger after every fight, his relationship with Keiko is starting to really blossom, and we see his connection with Genkai and how much it affects him when she is killed by the younger Toguro brother. Yusuke was a stubborn kid that was very self-centered, but his mentor's death really took a toll on him. He mastered the spirit wave and is even more determined to win. He's no longer some sarcastic kid, but a force to be reckoned with, and someone who is compassionate to those around him, while still being pretty sarcastic. Everyone that the main 4 have faced up to this point while challenging, have been around their same level, so they haven't struggled too much, but the Toguro brothers completely outclass all of them. Yusuke is usually pretty cocky when it comes to fighting opponents, but the younger Toguro brother actually strikes true fear into him for the first time, and I can't really blame him. The Toguro brothers are shown off early in the series before the tournament even starts, and their presence is prevalent throughout the length of this arc. The younger Toguro brother is one of the best characters in the whole show. He's super intimidating and has the strength to back up his appearance, but his character isn't really shown much until the flashback where we see his relationship with Genkai, and we really get a grasp on why he wants to fight Yusuke so badly. At first it would appear that he wants to fight the most powerful opponent possible, but the realization that he wants to fight someone strong enough to kill him and allow him to live with the love of his life is a subtle, yet beautiful narrative. In his past, he chose to live as a demon, while Genkai chose to live a long life as a human. His resentment for himself and his decision all those years ago all culminate together to give us an antagonist that we can fully understand. And after all this development, we are presented with the coldest fight in the whole series. Toguro for the first time goes all out, and Yusuke gives it everything he has and uses everything he's learned from his friends up to this point to overpower and defeat Toguro. The ending is rewarding because it wasn't just a matter of the main character winning for that fact alone, but because we saw him put in countless hours of work, training day and night, pushing past his limits, his ego, and his pride, doing what he must to fulfill his duty to his friends. That is what makes a true hero. If me hyping up YuYu Hakusho got you interested in watching this masterpiece unfold, the Dark Tournament saga only runs until episode 66. It introduces almost every important character in the show, and is the most complete and enjoyable arc from start to finish. And if you like it and want more, you still have the Chapter Black and Three Kings sagas, which are both fantastic in their own rights and introduce some really creative concepts. And if you like this style of video and want more of it, I have plenty of other future video ideas planned out and would be glad to make them. But until then, have a good one.